I understand that I speak from a place of privilege as a white, cisgendered, queer person in a heteronormative relationship. Like, I know how privileged I am to be able to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna like make this funny reel and put it on Instagram and let people know who I am. And like, I think that if you have that ability, it is so important. The time for being coy and kind of like, putting your rainbow stuff out during Pride Month, like the time for that is over. Like, we need to be like, hey, this is what I'm about. Like, this administration, this is a safe space for you. Fascists are not allowed in my business. Like, you gotta just
I see that all over, actually. Oh. There's one right there. Oh. No Nazis in Valhalla.
Oh. Yep.
That one's pretty funny.
Yep. Yeah, so I think that if you have that ability, it's important to just do it, because it's not safe anymore to question or to be unsure about the places that you are visiting or spending your money with.
Who wants to support a Nazi?
Not me. There's a lot of things I'd like to do to them in support. Sport's not one of them.
We won't speak on that.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Scared rabbit, they've got you boxed in. Old habit, you draw the curtain. Lonely only if they ever leave.
Hello, my name is Michael Zarick, and this is Third Space Indy. In 1989, a man named Ray Oldenburg wrote a book called The Great Good Place, and in this book he coined a term called the third place. This is a place outside of your work and outside of your home that you can go, relax, be with others, and just be yourself. So I've made it my goal in this podcast, Third Space Indy, to find people all over Indianapolis who are doing their very best to create these types of spaces. Today, my guest is somebody who was very confused when I reached out to her, I think. But it was a pure act of chance.
I was honored.
Yeah, pure act of chance. I made a joke prior to hitting 1,000 followers on Instagram that I would interview my 1,000th follower, whoever it would be. And didn't I tell you this?
Oh, maybe you did.
And by a pure act of chance, my guest today was my 1,000th follower, but also importantly, the owner of a salon, which I think of as one of the premier examples of a third space. Yeah. So I've spoken too much. And so I'd like to introduce my guest today. Her name is Alexa. I actually don't remember your last name.
Hill.
Alexa Hill.
Yep.
The owner?
Yes, owner.
Founder? Do you use the term founder? What term do you use?
Owner.
Okay.
Yeah.
The owner of Common Room Indy.
I'm very humble.
Up here in Castleton.
Yes.
We are off in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's central though. It feels very central. I'm from Lafayette, so I have a lot of people that come down.
Central to you
Lafayette.
then.
Yes. So, yeah, it feels central.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah. You were so welcoming when I walked in. I was so happy.
Good.
So I just want to talk about like why I reached out to you just a little bit, and then we can get into it.
Cool.
So it was pure. If it was not somebody I was comfortable interviewing with, I probably wouldn't have reached out to you. But I opened up your page and just saw your personal Instagram, and it became and the Instagram of your company as well, Common Room. And it was immediately clear to me that you are in the business of creating space for people where they can feel comfortable in themselves, no matter what that means for them.
For sure.
But also on the output of like making them comfortable with themselves when they leave with a haircut or a style of any type of thing. Yeah. And that was immediately obvious. Maybe your way of communicating that on your Instagram is a little more eccentric.
Sure.
But it was obvious to me, and I was like, oh, this is an incredible act of serendipity, which is one of my favorite words for the past few years.
Yes, love it.
Yeah. So first sort of actual question is like, I guess maybe talk about the Common Room and yourself, and then we can go from there. Well,
the Common Room, we're only a couple years old, and I have been blown away, honestly. Like I said, I'm very humble. I didn't know. I did not expect us to blow up like this. But it's been truly amazing. And I love like what you said, like that you felt, you know, so welcome when you first walked in, like hearing those things and, you know, building what I've built here. Like that was kind of my whole point of doing this. I've been in the industry for 15 years and I've been in all different kinds of salons and, you know, worked with all different kinds of people. And, you know, as I've gotten older and gotten more comfortable with who I am and the direction I wanted my life to go, that included my business. And I said, you know what? It's time. It's time to open up a weird, gay, funky place for people to feel safe. So, you know, I made the plunge. I took the plunge, and here we are 2 years later.
A lot of salons, I don't go to that many salons. I go to a barbershop. But I feel like, in my opinion, like they're very sterile feeling and a lot of like white and stuff like that. But I walked in and there was the reason I said it felt comfortable is because there was character to it.
Sure.
You've added stuff. There's like, I mean, the coffee machine was the least of it, but like there is decoration and there is character that I think represents at least what I think you are. And that immediately makes it feel like less businessy and more like, hey, I'm inviting you into my space, which I'm going to share with you.
Yeah.
Does that check out?
Absolutely. I mean, to me, this truly is a third space. And like, I was familiar with that term, you know, I've been familiar with that term, and that's kind of like what I did want to embody here. I mean, and this is no shade to anyone. I love all my stylists out there. I love you guys. But you know, the like boho wide brim stylist aesthetic can be found a lot of places, and not everyone is comfortable walking into those places. And like I said, I've worked in places that maybe I loved, but it didn't feel necessarily like me. And, you know, I want a place that my clients, no matter who they are, feel good coming in and they can relate and they can, you know, read my signs and be like, hell yeah, this is the place for me. And I think, you know, again, you can find the sterile white, cutesy, pretty aesthetic everywhere. We're not about that here. It's all about just being yourself, being free, seeing yourself and your stylist and in the places you spend your money.
So to me, the reason I was so happy you are who you are, but in the topic of like salons and places where you get your haircut, like to me, that's a quintessential third space example.
For sure.
Because one of the definitions of the third space is consistency. And the other thing that I think of is conversation is the main activity that occurs there. And when I think of a barber or a person, what's the stylist?
Stylist.
Okay. Somebody who does hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times that's the main thing you're interacting with them, because there's only so much you can do when your hands are occupied in that way.
Totally.
And you're just talking, and there's this sort of so my so my mother-in-law goes to my barber because I suggested her. She's, you know, has shorter hair, and so she can do it. And I was like, oh, like, how's Tina doing? I always say that when I'm at the barber, and she's like, I can't tell you because we have like, you know, it's like,
it's like HIPAA, baby.
Exactly. No, that's what I was gonna say. It's like there is no nothing. It's like it's almost stronger than HIPAA in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. I do a lot of like best friend groups or siblings. So a lot of times I got the tea. I've got the tea before you come in. But when you tell me, I'm like, girl, I had no idea. Yeah, it's real. It's real. We are tight. We are locked in. And absolutely, conversation. I have people that honestly, they're like, I don't need my hair done, but I do need to come to therapy. So can I just go ahead and come to my appointment?
And I saw that you are a self-proclaimed yapper.
Oh my God.
Which is perfect for a podcast, by the way. But would you say that as a child, the interest in hair or yapping came first?
The yap. Oh, the yap. Yeah, I was born with the gift of gab, baby. The gift of gab. I've had it. The hair was secondary. And honestly, I didn't even know that I was into hair and stuff until after I had gone through cosmetology school. I had graduated with my, you know, bachelor's and all these things. And I started to think, I'm like, when people would ask, when did this start? I'm like, you know what? Actually, there was that time in 6th grade that I chopped off my friend's hair. Or there was that time that we went to, Kroger and I box colored everyone's hair at the sleepover. So like, it's been there too, but the Gab came first.
That's funny. Is there any, well, I guess, what does it mean to you to be able to like provide a space for people to come in and like just talk about their issue? Like, you're a secondary therapist, basically, maybe a primary for some, but maybe that's unhealthy.
Sure. You know what? Again, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've learned to compartmentalize. And my best friend is actually a social worker. So it's funny because we talk about that. Like, she's like, you have to do the same thing I do when you talk to these people, and like, leave it at the door before you go home. But I mean, it truly means like everything to me to have created a space where people do feel comfortable coming in. And like, I mean, truly, a lot of times people's stylists are, like I said, I mean, we hear things that even their closest friends maybe don't hear. I mean, I've heard the good, the bad.
You were like, oh my God.
And listen, I am also, when I say I'm a yapper, I mean, I need substance. I need you to tell me everything. And my clients know that and they respect that. So, there's no such thing as TMI in here. Like, when I say it's a judgment-free zone, like, I truly mean that. And it's truly an honor for me that people trust me with the biggest parts of their life. It means a lot to me. So I love that part of my job.
Are you a consumer of like bad television? Or do you get your fill from like normal daily interactions?
I would say this is my bad television. This is my reality. This is my reality show here. So
that's so good.
I don't need the cheap stuff.
You're like, I've got the good the locally grown bad TV.
Yes, absolutely.
My dream is that like Love is Blind goes to Louisville or Indianapolis, where the likelihood of me knowing somebody is increased like exponentially. That is my dream, because then it's like, I feel like it becomes better at that point.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I'm not on Love is Blind, but I did know a few people from Lafayette who were on Jerry Springer in the past, so it's kind of the same.
Knowing people that I know from Lafayette or West Lafayette kind of checks out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? This sounds so. I'm interested to see how you take this question, but I don't know how to ask it properly. Like, what is it? What about hair? Because
I mean, the technical part of my job I love and I'm passionate about, and for me, this is, I always say, like, I truly am so lucky to like have a job that I genuinely love and am passionate about, and I'm a super like creative person. I'm very crafty. I'm always, trying to pick up polymer clay is my most recent thing, and little miniature book nooks.
Yeah.
Love them.
Someone asked me a question this morning. And I found the question unsettling, but I understood it entirely.
I love an unsettling question.
They said, do you have any hand hobbies?
Oh.
And I said, that's you could take that in so many ways.
Wow.
But but you saying polymer clay, but also like,
I have a lot of hand hobbies. Yeah. I love that term. Okay. Noted. Stealing. But I love I of course, like, I love that aspect of it. But I also think, still along like the technical part of my job, like, yes, people come here and I unload, and I don't mean that in like a negative way, but they're able to do that. But also, like, it just is what it is. Like, we are humans and we want to look good. It makes us feel good to look good. And so, being able to do that for people too, I love that part of my job. Like, there's nothing better than knowing that, someone left here and is like, God, I feel so much better. So.
I got my haircut 2 days ago.
It looks great.
Let's go.
It does. It really does.
Thank you. When you, one of my favorite parts, a lot of my perspective on this, I guess, is driven by like pop culture in a lot of ways, but as with all things.
Mhm.
But if you look at a thing like Queer Eye, a lot of the like true transformation that people are going through is like they take them to the salon or a haircut and they just like give them a complete makeover in the head area.
Sure.
And then you just see their entire body language change after
Absolutely.
that. Is that something you experience
Oh my gosh.
fairly regularly?
Absolutely. I mean, what do you look at when you're looking in a mirror? You know, like most mirrors are showing you, you know, chest up. So it's the first thing you see. It's the first thing other people are like clocking about you. And I think absolutely, like, you know, a new look or just like refreshing what you have. I think it gives people that like little zhuzh, little pep in their step. And I do think also that being able to come in and like spill some tea and just like know that you can be yourself and like get it all out there, and then you also look good when you leave. Come on. It's great.
Yeah. For example, when I got my haircut 2 days ago, I was like, oh, my hair looks fine. Like it was long, fairly long. And I didn't really feel like I needed one, but I'm going to see my grandma this weekend. So I was like, I got to clean up for grandma. And I walked out and I was like, dang, that hits.
Yeah.
I need to show you something though. Wait.
Show me.
I'm going to show you my ID.
Oh gosh.
Sorry, it gets me every time. So I used to have...
I love the stash.
Really?
I love the stash.
That's so funny.
Stashes are in right now.
My wife also likes the mustache. That was the main feature I was trying to highlight, actually. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Of course.
I had that mustache for like 3-ish years, two or three. And one day I just got fed up with it and I shaved it off. And as soon as I did, I said, this is my face. I said, thank God it's gone. But my wife was like, I like the mustache.
Yeah.
Like,
Stashes are in, I
refused.
feel.
I just don't. I wish I had like, because I'm half Lebanese, or like Syrian, half Lebanese Syrian. And I feel like Middle Eastern men have such strong facial hair and I don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
At least stereotypically.
Sure.
Anyways.
It's about the confidence when you wear it, not about how much is there. And that it looked great. It looked
That's
great.
funny. I'll post that on the on the Instagram so people get, or like a visual guide in the show notes. What was like your journey of like, at what point were you like, yeah, I want to start my own place?
I always knew that this was the move. So I went to cosmetology school my senior year of high school. So graduated high school, immediately got my license, immediately got my associates in business and entrepreneurship, went on to get a bachelor's in marketing.
So you were locked in.
Don't waste your money though. Don't do it. You don't need it.
Oh, the bachelor, the business stuff?
Yes. I'm not paying those student loans. That's between them and Jesus. But it did help a little. But to say all that to say, I knew the direction that I was going. And I didn't know, I didn't have this vision necessarily. I don't know. It was kind of just this foggy, okay, in the future, that's like where I'm going to be kind of a thing. So it didn't really like start to be a solid picture until probably 2020, I would say.
Wait, how old are you now?
I'm 33
Okay.
now.
Got it. So it's been, oh, math is hard. 15 years.
Yeah.
You said 16 or earlier, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
15, 16.
15, 16 years. Yeah. So yeah, what was the question? I got off track.
Just like, how did you decide to make your own place?
Okay.
You can go wherever you want. I don't care.
This is the plight of the hairstylist. But yeah, that's, I knew that eventually I would be here. And, you go through shit in your 20s. Your 20s sucks. So it was, the path wasn't straight, but we got here eventually. And then in 2020, I was actually working at a shop that I loved. I love the owner. Tangled Up Salon, Therese Wallace is the owner. She's amazing.
Is that here?
She's got a location in Fishers and a location in Carmel. Yeah, she's great. And I had been out of the industry for a couple years. I kind of like was, going through some things, and got back into it. And, I told myself, if I'm going to go back into the salon, like, I'm doing it. I'm doing what I set out to do, when I first started this. And I'm so thankful that I landed at her place because she was just so she was a breath of fresh air. She was so supportive. She really supported us through lockdown. And then, 2020 came, we went back into the shop and I was able to bounce some ideas off her, and she was super supportive about, me going off on my own. So I actually started in a studio at Sola, and it felt, this was the next natural step to take. So here we are.
Yeah. How do you feel as like a leader of like a space? How do you find employees for a salon that fit your vision?
Well, to be honest, so I actually opened up with one of my girlfriends. Her name's Patricia, Spellbound Skincare. Her and I immediately, she moved in across the hall from me at Sola. And I already at Sola felt kind of different, I had a different vibe than a lot of the people.
Sure.
So when she moved in across the hall, I was like, oh my God, a partnership, a friend. So that just kind of naturally happened. We opened this together. And I mean, it was hard. It was hard the first, I had, it was, I had to really be patient. And honestly, I think that I put out enough of who I am and the vibe that, who I am. People aren't going to reach out to me who don't agree with, what I represent. So once I, to be honest, I had a reel go viral on Instagram, and I think that kind of put me on the map.
Do you remember what it was?
I do remember what it was.
Are you willing to share?
Sure.
Okay, I want to.
Yeah, it was. It's pinned on my page, baby. I'm proud of that.
I didn't look that closely.
It was something. It was so basic. It was when you're a stylist in Indiana, but you're this kind of stylist, and it was the emojis.
Okay, I think I saw that.
Yeah. So it went viral, and things kind of popped off after that. I had two really great stylists here. I had Lindsay and Kendall here, and I mean, them coming again. They knew what we were about, and I knew what they were about, and it just was so natural for them to join the team. So after that went viral, it kind of just I was getting people constantly hey, I love your shop. Hey, do you have any openings? And it was a little overwhelming, to be honest. But I mean, yeah, for the most part, I hate to sound, not to sound any type of way, but I didn't really have to look too hard.
Yeah.
I put the feelers out there. I would announce that we, had openings or whatever. But yeah, once people really saw oh, this is who this bitch is. This is what she's about. And I want to be a part of it. They just kind of came, they came, and I have definitely had a lot of young, queer, alternative stylists or people in the industry reach out, and I would love if I could have just a 50-chair salon and give all of them a home. But yeah, it's been people know what I'm about, and the people that want to work for me, I feel confident that they fit that.
Yeah. It's sort of well, this is something I try to get across to the business owners that I know who are worried about certain things. We're in a moment where I think running a small business is really hard. It's a lot of things are really hard right now for a lot of various reasons, but looking for support from your community, I think, is just as simple as putting out there who you are, because the people who want to support you will find you because of
Absolutely.
that. That's how I feel.
100%.
And I've messaged businesses that I've seen like putting out messaging that I like, whether that's like anti-ICE or pro LGBTQ stuff, any of that type of stuff. Like I've been like, thank you for doing this. I'm happy to share your stuff. Like, just let me know because
Absolutely.
like, I think we need that more now than ever because people just want to feel seen in a lot of ways. Shout out to you.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's important to, and I understand that I speak from a place of privilege as a white, cisgendered, queer person in a heteronormative relationship. Like I know how privileged I am to be able to be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like make this funny reel and put it on Instagram and let people know who I am. And like, I think that if you have that ability, it is so important. Like the time for being coy and, kind of like, putting your rainbow stuff out during Pride Month, like the time for that is over. Like we need to be like, hey, this is what I'm about. Like, fuck ICE, fuck this administration. This is a safe space for you. Fascists are not allowed in my business. Like you gotta just.
I see that all over actually.
Oh.
There's one right there.
Oh.
No Nazis in Valhalla.
Oh. Yep.
That one's pretty funny.
Yep. So I think that if you have that ability, it's important to just do it because it's not safe anymore to question or to be unsure about the places that you are visiting or spending your money with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who wants to support a Nazi? Not me.
Not me. There's a lot of things I'd like to do to them and support. Support's not one of them.
We won't speak on that.
No, we won't.
You are close to, this is a total aside.
Mm-hmm.
You're close to Saraga.
Yeah, baby.
Is this a common lunch spot?
Okay. Honestly,
I need to know what's going down here.
What's more common is One World for their sushi right around the corner, One World Market by REI.
Mm-hmm.
And then the place right down here, the chai place, a few doors down.
The place, the alternative spot we were thinking on?
Well, no,
Oh,
Ascend
coffee.
is great too. Ascend is around
Ascend
the
Coffee.
corner.
Yeah, I have that on my. There's a Mexican place up here too. That's on my list.
Bougainvilleas, maybe?
Bougainvillea.
Yeah.
Is that place good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Real tasty.
Castleton is so out of the way, but there's some good stuff up here.
I know. And like, listen, I live in Sobro and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We should have met at your house.
I mean, we could have. My dogs would have been taking over. But I spend a lot of time at Gold Leaf. I almost suggested that, but I would love to be like, I love the energy of like Sobro. I love the energy of Fountain Square and all these places. But again, it was like, Patricia and I came from the Keystone Fashion Mall.
Yeah.
She had a big clientele in Carmel. I have clients in Lafayette. We have clients from the South. So this just kind of made sense.
So you were
as very
trying to
central.
sort of appease the customers as opposed to your own needs in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that is something that I stand by. I think that who doesn't want like a cutesy little shop in a cute little, area? We all do, but I think also we have to think about like accessibility for people. Even something like a parking lot, like it's a pain in the ass to like go to get your hair done. And it's like, oh, it's 2-hour street parking. So I'm going to have to go move my car. I'm going to have to do this or whatever. So I wanted to stay like pretty central. And that's not to say, I mean, we are growing and I'm sure we won't be here forever.
The 50-chair salon is on the way.
Listen, mega salon. But for now, accessibility was important. We'll see though.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Interesting. I think accessibility means different things to different people.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Some people are like, oh, I hate Castleton. The traffic's terrible, this and that. I'm like, yeah, but it's nice to be off the interstate. You can go to Trader Joe's. You can go to Costco.
Mm-hmm.
You can knock some things out while you're here.
I do not hate Castleton. And I don't hate Avon. But they can... All places can be better, including downtown Indianapolis.
Oh, my God. Yes. Yeah, everywhere could be better, but we are in Indiana, so a lot of things.
We have maybe the infrastructure is not our main focus right now.
Right.
What are you thinking about?
What am I?
What did you think we were going to talk about? I'm interested.
I mean, I told you I watched.
Yeah,
I've
you did
watched
watch
your
a
stuff,
couple.
so I mean, honestly, like, it's just a yap sesh. It's just a yap sesh. This is my daily. Just sit down and talk with people. I didn't really know what you would ask.
I had a
actually
vision in
go.
my mind
Sure.
of me actually like paying you for a haircut. And then like us like just recording that conversation.
It probably would have been chaotic.
Maybe a
More
little too
chaotic than this.
How many men or masculine people do you do service for?
Me personally,
Or just the business?
I mean, as a business, we do a lot. I have a couple stylists that do a ton of like, clippered shortcuts. So of course that gets, they have a lot of male presenting clients. But yeah, we do anyone and everyone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Last time I went to what I would consider more of a formal salon, it was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And like most men are very lucky in terms of like hair service. Because you like walk in, it's between, well, when I was in college, it was like $15.
Sure.
But now I pay like 40, which I respect. I'll get to that. The last time I went to a salon, they charged me like $80 or $100 for like, I was in there for probably 15 minutes and I was so mad. It's like, you're charging me like, I had pretty short, I like whatever hair I have now, it's pretty short. And I was like, I was like, could you not adjust your price a little bit for me?
Listen, pricing is hard in this industry, and I preach to my stylist, raise your prices, charge what you're worth. We got to make our money. We got bills to pay.
Yeah.
But I also think that there are some people maybe in the industry who can look carried away with that.
Yeah.
Can look carried away.
But I do want to speak on that just a
Yes.
little bit. In your defense, I pay $40 base without tip happily for a haircut because
Yeah.
what? This is a shout out to Anna Darling, my wife. When I was a sophomore in college, I asked my mom for a pair of clippers because I was like, I'm going to give myself haircuts.
Sure.
Your face is killing me.
No, I'm so supportive. Tell me, how did it go?
I was an RA at McNutt in IU Bloomington.
Okay.
Walked into the bathrooms, which were individual bathrooms in McNutt. Shout out. Wonderful. Began giving myself a haircut. Immediately fucked it up. And then proceeded to cut off all of my hair. In which case I was a bald baby. Although I didn't like, it was more fuzzy than bald totally because it was using clippers. But your face is so...
It's a canon event. No, it's a canon. It's fine.
And
I've heard the story, yeah.
Follow up. My wife was just my friend at that time, and she said, "Michael, never do that again."
Please, never. You're lucky she's your wife now, honestly. Good for her. She's a trooper. Went through the fuzzy baby stage with you, and I love that.
First of all, I like when my hair is at the fuzzy stage, which doesn't happen. It hasn't happened since then. I've had longer hair since then. But to the point of pricing, I will happily pay $40 with the understanding that that will not happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And $40 for a male barber haircut to me like is still kind of pricey, but I'm so happy to pay it because it's like this person is trained and they are good.
Well, and I think that the industry has changed so much, and if you're going to someone who's charging, charging a certain amount, I think typically this person has probably done so much continued education, especially like there's like cut specialists out here that, I'm like, yeah, I would pay you $150 for a haircut because like I see your accolades, I see the work you're putting in, and like I know our education is not cheap. That's
Definitely not. No, I remember asking my barber when we lived in Arkansas, like I think I was going through like as many people do, like a career crisis. I was like, maybe I'll just become a barber. And I was like, Clint, like, can I work with you? And he's like, yeah, you got to go to school. And I was like, how much is that? He goes like, I don't remember the number he told me, but it was a lot. And I was like, All right, maybe not. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, and even continued education. I mean, it's like some like extension certification, for example. Like this stuff is like thousands of dollars, you know. So it's been a major shift. I feel like from your like $50 like highlight and haircut to what it is now.
Yeah.
So
Well, because like in a lot of ways, especially for what you guys are doing here, color and I don't know what other words you'd use, color extensions, all that stuff. In a lot of ways, you're like a chemist. You have to match up the chemicals you're using to the hair, texture, color, whatever.
Yeah.
And that is like, I've talked about my experience with chemistry on this podcast before. You're doing the Lord's work over here.
We go into mad scientist mode a little bit.
Yeah.
I always say, because I mix up right over here, and me and my clients will be deep in conversation, and as soon as I go to mix up, I'm like, halt, please. I need silence. I need silence
Like,
as
I'm doing numbers.
Yes. I'm doing math. I'm doing chemistry. I'm color theory. I'm like that meme with all the stuff around the. So yeah, $40. It's not a bad price.
Yeah. I'm pretty simple though, and I think I'm fun to talk to. Maybe that gives me a discount. All right, let's move on to what I call the canned questions.
Cool.
Third Space Indy is sponsored. Third Space Indy is sponsored by City Rising. City Rising is a social impact studio that leads and supports innovative projects that strengthen, celebrate, and repair people and places. So if you are a people or the leader of a place or an organization and you are interested in improving your built or lived environment, reach out to me or reach out to Mark Latta at cityrising.org and we'll get you hooked up. Thank you so much. Shout out to Mark. Mark has sponsored a question for the podcast, which you may know since you've been listening. What is a third space to you as a concept?
I mean, I think it's essentially what we hit earlier. It's a place that you can go and feel safe, supported, free from judgment, and, be surrounded by people that you want to talk to, that you can talk to. It's a place to build community. I think, it can be not just, for fun and relaxation and decompression, but especially times like now. I think a lot of third spaces are kind of becoming almost headquarters for some community work that needs done.
Banger. Great answer.
Thanks.
I'm going to ask you, because I think you'll have an interesting answer.
Oh gosh, okay.
Other than Gold Leaf, what's a good third space? You said you live in Sobro, but it doesn't have to be there.
I mean, okay, I hate to say it because I know that by definition this is not my third space.
It cannot be here.
God damn it.
It, by definition, cannot be here. You're banned.
I mean, what if it's like after my clients and I sit here for 2 hours and bother everyone just because I want to hang out? I think, so we have a book club here. We have the Common Room Book Club.
Ooh.
And we like to go, we'll either go to like different bookstores, like local bookstores, or we'll go to like small, like coffee shops or whatever.
That's cool that, sorry to interrupt, who's included in the book club? Is this like employees or is anybody?
Anybody. If you want to join it, you have to send us a DM so I can send you the invite, because sometimes we do host it, like I hosted it at my house, and I totally, like, my address was
You're like, I am not
display.
posting that out
It
here.
was on display.
Do you have to be a client to come in?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't have to be a client.
That's funny how that, after you tell me a little bit about it, tell me how that started. That's really interesting.
But yeah, so just essentially that's been fun to kind of find these. I think, for me, I love reading. I love talking about books. I love the vibe and coffee shop. So a lot of times it's those kinds of places for me. I think, when I was younger, the library was a third space. I'd like make my mom take me to the library, and she's like, okay, come on. And I'm like, Mom, let me sit in my corner and
this
read.
kid is such a yapper. She can't be in the library for so long.
I know. That was the only time I was silent, I swear.
How did the book club get started? That seems so funny that a salon would want a book club.
Well, the thing with the Common Room is like, ultimately, yes, we are a salon, but it was super important to me to be like more than that and be involved in the community. And so, we try to do things. We have our clothing swap. We did like Irvington Halloween. We try to have like events and stuff like that just to bring people together. And so myself, Kendall, Lindsay, we're all super readers. We love to read. Lindsay read like, I don't know, an insane amount of books, like 300 books last year.
300?
Okay? Yeah, she's crazy. Huh? I was at 100.
That's like a book a day.
Yeah, girl. Yeah. She's crazy. So, we all yap about our books, and then a lot of our clients read, so we're yapping to them. And so we were like, why don't we yap together?
Yeah.
Why don't we go somewhere and support, a bookstore? Because you got 10 of us coming in. We're 10 deep, baby.
Yeah.
We're buying books. We're buying coffee.
Yeah.
We're sitting.
Are you familiar with I have to give Jake Butler a shout out? Not out of obligation, but he's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
Are participating in the Indie book call?
Okay. I am only able to do like one day of it because I'm already booked up. But yes, I will be. And a couple of the girls in our book club do it, and they're like hardcore dedicated to it. So
yeah.
I'm excited to even do a couple days. But yes, I'm excited. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
For anyone listening, that is the local bookstore. I don't even know how to describe it. Jake would smack me around. Like local bookstore. It's just, you just walk around.
It's almost like
you
a
drive around.
Scavenger hunt type.
They made it like an event.
Yeah. It's really cool.
And you don't even have to buy anything, as far as I know. Although
no,
people end up doing so.
I don't think you do, but you should if you can.
And there's like a party at the end.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I saw on their Instagram they're doing on the 18th like a pre-party, pre-crawl party.
Yeah.
I can't go. I would love to.
Yeah. Any book crawl. Shout out. Thank you for sharing that. Question related. What is a third space that has existed for you previously? No salons allowed.
Okay.
Those are places of work.
Sure.
That has existed for you previously that does not any longer.
Oh gosh. I mean, honestly, it still exists, but the library, I feel like at this point we've all got like our Kindles and our things like that. So I feel like it's kind of shifted from going to a physical place. That third space has kind of dissolved for me, and kind of turned into, things like our book club and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I guess it's
almost
not,
like a morphing.
Yeah. I guess it's not gone, but it's changed a little. And I do like this version better, I think. So
maybe a little more communal, but
yes.
The library does run book clubs, and
yeah, totally.
Shout out to the library. If you have a Kindle, you can check out ebooks for free.
Absolutely.
Because who wants to buy books from Amazon? And
you can request your library if they don't have a book. If you send in a request, typically they'll have it within a couple days.
Yeah.
Support your library.
I waited for. Also, someone phrased it to me. This is actually where I was trying to go. Phrased it to me that if you put books on hold, like they're popular books, it's almost like at the library. There's almost like a fun surprise thing that happens where you go, oh, I totally forgot I put that book on hold, and it's like, oh, it's ready.
I love seeing like your library acquired like 10 new copies of this because it's so popular. You're second in line now. Love it.
That's funny. Okay. Every episode, I ask a question from the previous guest.
Cool.
And we've been kind of talking about this just a little bit, but I'm interested to see how you take this question as well. My previous guest, her name was Jalen Roseberry. You said you listen, so it's not a surprise.
Yes.
Jalen asks, what does it mean to be a good neighbor? And maybe for you, because I think in a lot of ways you've spoken so much about the salon. Is there a way that you're a good neighbor literally to people in Sobro?
Sure. I think, on a literal and more micro scale, I feel like being a good neighbor happens in like the small stuff. It's like you're having a cookout and you hear, your neighbor in the backyard, invite them over, shovel a little bit of their sidewalk, don't stop right at the property line. I had a garden. We moved into this rental house last year and I was finally able to have a garden. And, I'm like so excited to grow these vegetables and like give them to neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was successful. I got like 3 green beans.
We had a similar, was that last year?
Yeah.
We had a similar experience. I think it was just like so hot all summer. It's like,
it was really
I don't know,
upsetting.
it wasn't,
But yeah, so I think it's a lot of little things that kind of turn into big things. Our neighbor's car, I live on College. And late at night, one night, their car got hit and, we have a camera. So I immediately like wrote a note and left it on their door. And, I just think it's little stuff like that, being supportive, being aware, watching out for each other. At this point, standing on the front porch with a whistle. I think, stuff like that is the small stuff, turns into the big stuff, and it goes from your neighbor on either side to your community as a whole.
I just want to let you know, one of the main reasons we didn't rent a house on College is because of the street parking, because that is my grandest fear.
It is a nightmare.
There's no way.
A nightmare. But I love the house, and like I truly love the location.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like a lot of those houses. They're always pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's old. It's kind of,
I probably walk down College more than the average person.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the houses just along there are just so really pleasant. And like, if you really take the time to look at them, like, really interesting and well designed and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I don't have anything else to talk about.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
A third space that I thought about. I want to give this shout out. I have been going to She Shop in Sobro.
Oh, for She Shop Fitness.
Yes.
I know.
With Circle City School of Burlesque.
Right next to Local Radish.
Yes, love Local Radish.
That actually checks out heavily.
I love
Just
it.
visually, it checks out.
The Circle City School of Burlesque has been doing classes at She Shop though, and honestly, that has been a really a good third space for me lately. Going to these classes and meeting these people, and then in turn going down to like White Rabbit and going to shows. It's really great. It's really great. It's a good group of people.
I'm genuinely interested.
Yes.
What is a burlesque class like?
So it's really cool. They do different things. Some of them are like actual fitness dance classes, and then some are like Patsy just did. Patsy Blue Ribbon. She just did. It was like a kind of a costuming and like how to. Essentially how to fund being a burlesque performer. Frenchie did like a 101, essentially, like how to, put your shows together, stuff like that. So some of them are, more physical. Twirlisha does a lot of like actual dance. Desiree DiCarlo does like actual dance.
These are all names I know. That's so.
Yeah.
I don't know how these names have come across my mind.
But yeah, so it's kind of a mix of everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, interesting. I have no idea what it takes to like choreograph. That's such an intimidating task. Even just like with the Olympics going on, like the way how do you choreograph like a ice skating?
Oh my
display,
gosh.
or figure skating, that's what it's called.
I did dance when I was in high school, and going to these classes, I was a little nervous. I'm like, I don't know if I know how to do a little 5, 6, 7, 8 anymore. I can tell you, I don't think I could teach it, but it's fun to learn.
Yeah, came back. Okay,
Yeah,
shout out to She Shop Fitness.
She Shop.
Do you go there for things other than, do you like work out there?
No,
Just
no,
So you're not a member, you just go for the
I just go for the classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. One last question.
Yes.
Alexa,
Yes.
what question would you like to ask the next Third Space Indy guest?
I think, okay, as a business owner, like we talked about, it's obviously important for me to be very upfront about who I am and what my business stands for. So my question is, when you are looking for businesses to support in your community, what are you looking for that tells you that it is a safe space? Like what, besides the obvious, like what are some things that you're looking for? And then if you are a leader or business owner or whatever, what do you do to ensure that you're being very intentional and very clear about your business identity?
Got you. Great question.
Thanks.
Yeah. Alexa, thank you so much for joining me
Thank you.
on this podcast. Will you, if you're interested in doing so, let the people know where to find you?
Yeah, check me out. Instagram, super simple. Alexa does hair.
Which is, the perfect name for you.
Truly. I'm like, I'm so lucky. I got in real early. OG Alexa. And then the Common Room Indy is our shop page, I think.
What's the address? Drop it. Do you know it?
8429 Castleton Corner Drive.
See, you don't even need maps like you said earlier.
I can get here, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Look it up in the almanac.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, a word people use
Pull out
anymore?
those big maps. Find us.
Amazing. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of Third Space Indy. My name is Michael Zarick. You can find Third Space Indy at Third Space Indy on Instagram. Become the 10,000th follower. Maybe you'll get interviewed. I don't know. I'm not really that into arbitrary numbers. It just happened to be a good number.
Well, I'm honored to be that.
You can also find me at thirdspaceindy.com. That's another place you can go. I write a weekly blog. Sometimes I really need to catch up. It's really good for your mental health to write. Did you know that? And read. Third Space Indy, as always, thank you. Wait, what am I saying? Thank you, Mark Lotta, for sponsoring. Thank you, cityrising.org. And as always, thank you to the local artist Jennison for allowing me to use your song, Scared Rabbit, as the intro music. Thank you again, Alexa, for coming on.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Goodbye.